and Soldier.
Yeah.
What was the angle? I suppose I've asked this another one as well, but what's the angle to go down it lyrically, and why the Saint Soldier sort of ideology that you put out there?
If you want to see the future, just look down in the generations younger than us. Now look at the mindset of a 21-year-old today. How much different is it from ours? Now go down another 20 years, what it's going to be like. So what I'm saying, what can we do to preserve this mindset of Sikhi? And that's what where these songs are coming from. So the key thing here at one point is the inspiration that we're trying to do, where we say preserve the past, inspire the future, is not us. We can't inspire nothing. Inspiration is the teachings. That's correct. What we want you lot to connect to.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Jelly, my brother.
How are you doing?
How are you?
Back? Yeah.
How's the lovely neck of the woods up north Huddersfield?
Huddersfield's beautiful.
Weather good?
Countryside, great weather.
Have you had good weather, or is it?
Yeah, really good. Yeah. Really good. Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Leamington's been beautiful.
Vibe, yeah.
Good man. Khakh,
Hanji.
how are you, brother?
I'm really good.
What's been going on?
Boss, we're still alive.
That's
What
always
podcast is this? Which one?
Number 4.
Number 4.
Fourth different setting. Hope everyone.
It's now August. We started in February.
4. Did we? Yeah, I think the first podcast was about February time.
Look at that, guys. Time's running out like that. Fast.
Yeah, then. That's it.
It does flow. But behind me today, I've got a beautiful cover, quite striking cover.
Beautiful.
I think this is the most striking cover you've had in terms of artwork.
Yeah, it is. The designer is from Canada, Rage. He's doing a lot of good stuff at the moment. That was his creativity, and yeah, thank you, man. Rage, good guy.
In red, 2 key words I suppose we'll start on. Saint and Soldier.
Yeah.
What was the angle? I suppose I've asked this another one as well, but what's the angle to go down it lyrically, and why the Saint Soldier sort of ideology that you put out there?
So this is a concept which is misunderstood a lot. And a few people have said this already. How can you make a song, you're saying Gal Taa Sari Pyar, at the end you're going mad, like I'm doing that speech at the end, without creed from day one, it's about one main singular deed.
Yeah.
So this is a very, very important subject, the Sant Sipahi, from Guru Arjun Dev Ji going into Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji. And in our history, it's really important. You know, sometimes you see so many aggressive sayings.
Yeah.
Do you see a lot of this?
Yeah,
would you relate, if I ask the audience, would you relate with Sikhs as being very aggressive, macho type people? The answer is yes. Where does that derive from? Where does it come from? And then on the other side, would you relate and associate Sikhs as being very saintly and very peaceful and meditative? Langar, very compassionate. The answer is yes. But those two states are very contrasting. Would you agree?
Yeah, definitely.
So it's important that we go to the education on this, and that's why the track is Gal Taa, and then the name is Saint Soldier, Sant Sipahi, and the track explains just my thinking of at that moment was about the saintly side, how we work in the saintly side, and then in the second verse, the soldier side, the warrior side. So it's almost as if I try and explain this now, look how long it's going to take talking about it, and it's going to take a lot of words for me to explain my point. But when you write in a song, it just comes out, and it's much quicker, and it's artistic, and I don't know what the listeners are thinking, it means, but it'd be interesting to know what people think it means.
It's probably more prevalent, this song at the minute, because of what's happened in the UK. We've got riots, different fractions going for each other. Yep. And as you go back to the first line, Gal Taa Sari Pyar Di, you just think, where is the pyar in all of this?
We've talked about this in a few podcasts earlier, as lot did, where we mentioned you only ever pick up the Karban or the Shastra out of love. And it was a great discussion we had. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Where we talked, whenever the Gurus or any of our ancestors truly picked up a Shastra, it was always out of the intention of love. They didn't want to hurt anyone. It's very contradicting to some people. They'll say, how come you're saying this but then you're hurting someone? Because we don't actually want to hurt anybody. We never want to hurt anybody. We only ever end up hurting somebody once it comes to a point where we're going to have to hurt them, almost for their own good and to protect ourselves. So the whole concept of the Qurban and understanding all these sort of things, yeah, there's self-defense and there's all those sort of things, but firstly it's bala for the other person, even the enemy. Even the enemy, because our gurus showed us that. So the track, the main hook line, Gal Taa sari pyar diya, Gal Taa sari pyar diya, say that 10 times. It's basically what Gurbani is saying, but how many of us actually really understand this and know this? And that is a very important message. So for all my Seng brothers out there who have got a lot of aggression in them and they're ready to defend everything, that's fantastic, and never ever change that. Never ever anyone should ever want to take that side out of us. That's in our blood. Never take that out of us. But at the same time, we have to put into our blood the love element. That it's all about love firstly, primary.
Yes.
Yeah. The warrior side, even when we say it, it's not Sipahi Sant. It's Sant then Sipahi. And these are states of mind. These ain't physical. You don't physically just become a Sant and physically just become a warrior. These are states of mind.
Yes.
You're a warrior in your mind first before you're just going to come outwards. Yeah? On Kara Baya, this is my warrior Kara. Look, it can do some damage, yeah, if you smack that in someone's head. Right? But it's not externally.
An interesting,
if I'm going to use this, I have to be warrior near first.
Interesting thing. People see that. That's what I was going to say. People see the Qurban, the Kara, and it's a big Kara, and they think, oh my God. How many times have you actually used it since you've become a
Hopefully you don't have to use it.
And that's what I'm saying. Often. There's a huge responsibility. It's not like you just wield it out. It's not the way the game works.
No, we don't ever want to really use it, but it's one, you can look at it as a symbolic. That's one way, and it is symbolic because the symbol sends a signal to the mind. So if it is symbolic, that's very important. It keeps your mind constantly connected to it. We're not just wearing this for self-defense when I'm going to the cinema. You know that I've got this. There's a very big misunderstanding around this, and I'm concerned for our people. I'm concerned for the privilege that we've got, that we can wear our shastra still,
yes,
and we can go places. But I am concerned that some guy out there may abuse it, and we've had instances of this before. And I hope, for the sake of a couple of idiots out there who might end up doing something with a Qurban for the wrong reasons. You know, like you see in Southport, what's happening in all these places.
Yeah.
I just hope it never, up till now, it's been all right.
I was going to say, I don't think you've seen those instances.
Because, the Western culture stuff, they're not going to understand why, and they're not going to respect for us to be allowed to, do some of the things we're doing if we decide to abuse them.
Yeah, no, very true.
But it hasn't happened till now. It's just my plea to people out there. If you have got a Qurban, really understand the privilege we've got to have the Qurban and Shastar, and just never ever hurt anyone. Not that I'm saying that they would, but I'm saying just all of our people, make sure we don't hurt anyone with the intention where it's not coming from love, because our ego could go out there and do the damage to someone, but if it's coming from our ego, we're going to get in trouble. If it's coming from love, you'll never get in trouble. Gal Taa sari pyar diya. It's not what the song, we're going off a bit of tangent as we do, it's not what the song part was going. I'll explain that, but this has just gone on to another tangent, which is a good tangent.
But I think
because
you've got to understand, look, we're all, the three of us are sitting here at this moment. We'd have other people come in who probably don't wear this rule in terms of the bag, the dari, that particular Sikh look. But this comes with a responsibility. Huge responsibility.
What's that Spider-Man? They said, with special powers comes great responsibility, something like
that. Yeah, something like
that. Is that right, Jelly? You got the special powers, ain't you?
Well, any power is going to come with responsibility, innit?
Yeah.
But this, I agree with that.
Yeah. But this does have a massive responsibility. And that should, I don't think it ever is taken lightly, to be honest.
I hope not. I'm just concerned for the sake of us to have this, to remind our mindset, this symbolic, Qurban, this warrior mindset that we got. I want our, hundreds of generations to always have this mindset. We don't want it to get watered down. 3,000 years is very hard to predict where things are going to be. You think of Sengs now, Sikhs, Sengs cause, our beautiful Guru's mindset. Sikhi is a mindset. I don't like to think of Sikhi as just a religion. We're not here to grow numbers, and I don't think the target is to take over the world. and become President Biden. I don't think our guru would particularly be really happy if tomorrow I became President Trump and I'm on a stage saying USA, I'm doing this, or whatever country it is.
Yeah,
I don't think that's the game here. Firstly, am I wrong?
No, 100%.
Put your answers on a postcard and post them to PO Box 344. But
Instagram DM, please.
Don't worry if you do. But I'm saying it's not about that. It's not about this planet. We've got a short lease here. We've got such a short lease here. Why does it matter who's ruling and all that stuff? What does it matter? The point is here, what was the year? 2224. In that year, we need this mindset to be alive for them people. Now, just look down. If you want to see the future, just look down in the generations younger than us. Now look at the mindset of a 21-year-old today. How much different is it from ours? It's not going to be hugely different, right? We're still alive in the same era, but it's going to be different. Now go down another 20 years, what it's going to be like. It's going to be different. Now go down another 100 years. It's going to be very different, the mindset. So what I'm saying, what can we do to preserve this mindset of Sikhi? And that's what where these songs are coming from. So this one, the most important thing I think in preservation of this beautiful way of life that Guru Nanak Dev Ji gave us, the number one pillar for me is pyar. And it's not only for me. Where's my phone? If I show you now, I've just got some shabads, random ones. This is what the Guru's saying in the shabads, yeah? So for example, have you got anyone got any other questions? Because I'm rambling.
No. I'm interested to hear the shabads.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, we know about this one. We've discussed it, so I just like other people to know. So Guru Nanak is saying to us, yeah, pretty much in the early parts of Japji Sahib, Sacha Sahib Sach Naib Pakhya Pawa Par. Yeah? So Sacha Sahib, the true one is that one who we're going to go to after our lease is up here.
Yep.
Pakhya Pawa Par. But now in Maskinji's Kathas, they explain that the language, what Pakhya, you could say Pasha. Somebody can correct us if we're wrong, and they've got a different interpretation. That's fine. I love this interpretation. I've heard it on Maskinji's Kathas, and it sits with me. And what they said was that Pakhya Pawa Par. What is the when it says Pakhya, it relates to me to the word Pasha. What is the Pasha of Paramatma? And
what do you mean by Pasha?
Pasha as in language.
Okay.
What language does he like? Yeah? You know, there was a big hoo-ha about Gurdas Man some years ago.
I've had a chat with this.
Yeah, and I'm going to touch on it massively because just finishing the line, please, and then I'll go. Pakhya Pawa Par.
Pakhya Pawa Par, yeah.
Paul being love.
Paul being love. So what Manny is saying here is which language does that master, the universal creator, what language is his language? And it's not Punjabi, it's not Hindi,
English.
Farsi, English.
Yeah, and
it's Pawa Par, it's infinite love.
And
it's when you purely call him from love, that's his language. Yeah, early on in the Japji Sahib, yeah. Then
sorry, I'm just going to cut in there. The reason I'm going to cut in there is that I had a meeting, Kaka, I was in the meeting yesterday actually. We had a meeting and someone said to me about journey. What was your journey into Sikhi? What made you turn to Sikhi? Where did it come from? And I gave him a bit of an explanation of what I was going through, and I started laughing. I said, I couldn't speak Punjabi. I said, and I remember going to India with Kaka not long after, and I sat at someone's house and we were having a laugh, and they were laughing, saying, it's Hengya, you can't speak a word of Punjabi. But do you understand what I'm saying? They were saying Gurmukhi, Gurbani is written off as Gurmukhi, but obviously there's this element of Punjabi there, another language. And they couldn't understand it, and that's where this particular line that Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj has written resonates with me so long. I couldn't speak Punjabi, but my love and that connection between me and that ultimate force, whether it's Waheguru, Allah, Ram, whatever word you want to use, I can't explain to you the love and the language of love that exchanged there and took me on the path that I'm on.
Yeah.
I can't ever give that, but there was something there, and that, like we said, whatever that language was, it was universal, and that's pyar.
And the message to, I'll go back on top, but the message to anyone watching this who doesn't speak Punjabi, cannot read Punjabi, doesn't understand Punjabi, and let's not even go to Gurmukhi because that's harder. So if you can't and you think I'm so far, I'm never going to be able to connect to this, you're wrong. If you know how to love and you've ever loved, you can connect to Sikhi. That's all you need. You need love. That's what Guru Nanak's saying. Forget what the whole world's saying. I don't follow the whole world, and I don't want to follow what other people are saying. I want to follow what Guru Nanak says. That's what you need to follow. 100%. You need to make sure you're getting your Sikhi from the Guru, not from this guy, that guy. Not even me. Don't even watch me. I don't want people to just watch me. We're doing this because whoever does connect to it connects to. Fine, brilliant. But don't attach to us. We're not the people. We're going to sing songs. We enjoy ourselves. We'll make songs. We are writing songs. These guys do the podcast and making the videos. We're enjoying doing what we want to do is Sarbat
Yeah.
And if you guys can just listen to a few galla and turn towards the Guru and join with our Guru, there's nothing else we want. We don't. Even if you don't join, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But there's no intention behind it.
I'll still laugh now. The people will still say, I couldn't speak a word of Punjabi. No one in my family had gone this path towards Sikhi. Yeah? What was that trigger in there? A pyar, we talk about language. All the barriers you could put in there, I had them all. Yeah? That connection, and the reason I'm reiterating is that you can't measure that love. You can't measure that love, that evoking. I was a guy who didn't know what Japji Sahib Path was. I picked up a Gudka Sahib I was given, and I rebbed Japji Sahib and Jap Sahib. Took me about an hour and 10. I didn't know what those paths were. How can you explain that?
No, you can't. That's the thing. It's unexplainable in that sense when you're talking about love. But the key thing is, to the people watching, you just need love to connect. If you feel I'm not a Singh, I've not got my case yet. We didn't have our case. We're the same. What the key thing is, if you've got love inside you, that's really important. And I do find this with people who've got cut hair, and this is why I've said this before, and we've all talked about it. I see so much love in their heart because they almost feel like they're lower because they're at the stage yet where they're growing their hair, whatever it is. They're not in that religious moment in their life for whatever reason, but they have a lot of devotion. And that love, we can't let it just wipe out with generations. You got to think all the people who are not Sikhs, like as in practicing, case study, whatever, whatever stage they're at the end of the day, when they pass on, all that love passes on.
Look,
so you don't want it to go to waste. I'm saying get them
at the first
involved.
word, ik.
Yeah.
There was no differentiation in the word ik. There wasn't do, sang, non-sang, non-core, core, non-core. There was ik.
Yeah, it starts with just that.
The pyar isn't differentiated.
No, it's not. But the key part here is this reaches out to everyone. But I'm going to stop here and I'm going to twist this, because this is what, similar to the Sant Sipahi, there's contrasts in thought here, right? You could call it a duality, because that's what the beauty of Sikhi is. However, if you can speak Punjabi and you can go out and make the effort and you got the love to learn Punjabi, there is nothing greater for us.
Yes.
Yeah, we're not saying don't learn the mother tongue. If that dies out, the language is one of the biggest things.
Communication.
Equally. And look, there's pros and cons of everything. So to the people who are too thick to understand, you can be on both sides. Yes. You can sit on the fence. People say, oh, that's just sitting on the fence. You're better off sitting on the fence than being in a ditch on one side or being in a ditch on this side. Yeah,
you're concise.
Let's make that saying, sitting on the fence. Make that saying, make it more a good term.
You're right.
Yeah,
that's a perfect connotation there.
There you go, balance.
Balancing.
It's so true though.
Yeah.
Why fall either side when you can have a balanced view?
Balancing.
So, what we're saying is,
that's gonna be a big.
You don't have to go on. If you can't understand the languages, fine. There's a solution for you. If you can, fantastic. You're a skilled people. Who's going to read Gurbani tomorrow? In 10 years, 15 years, who's going to do the seva in the Gurdwara if you can't read it now? Yeah, I'm sure people are going to start upping the urgency. People like us have got to up the urgency. We've always got to work harder. So again, there's one thing of being ambitious. There's one thing of being content. Again, balancing. Yeah, there's a balance to it. But look, if hukum razai chalna, if everything's happening as per hukum, don't worry about things too much. Let it flow. Whatever's happening, Parmatma aap hi kar raha anyway. Because we know hukum razai chalna. But what I was saying was one more thing. Just want to mention because it's on this track. So the next Shabad, just quickly, we're talking about why Gal Taa sari pyar diya. Why am I singing that? So I just talked about Pakiya Pao Par, about the language is love. Then Gaviya Suniya Man Rakhiya Pao. Yeah, this again comes in Japji Sahib. So it's saying Gaviya. So that could be looked at to say sing in God's name, but it could also be said to speak. Yeah, rhythmically contemplate. Gaviya. Yeah, Suniya. Then obviously Sonna Kande Thani. And this is another song we've written on this, if you remember. Man di ni duniya manauni pendi a.
Hanji.
Yeah, Roo tak gal puri jani chahidi, gal kan di ni. Man di ni duniya manauni pendi a, yara man.
Actually, listen with your ears.
Roo tak gal puri jani chahidi a. Yeah, it's another song we've done.
We'll go into that at another point.
But what it's saying here is Gaviya Suniya. That's why it's Suniya. Roo tak gal jani chahidi, son ke, not just kanni. You don't just hear something. I'll say now. Some people put their phones on, don't they, and listen to part. There's positives of that. Yeah, there's positive, but at the same time, there's also a negative. Again, Jelly, what's the word? On the fence. Who's the guy who sits on the fence?
Balancing.
Balancing. Be balancing. Be in both. Understand both concepts. Everything has a positive. Even the most negative thing has a positive. Right? So, Gaviya Suniya Man Rakhiya Pao. Again, when we speak about Paramatma, we listen about Paramatma, Man de vich Rakhiya Pao. Pao means infinite love, you can describe it as, or love, however you want to describe it. Yeah? Then we got Asanka Jap, Asanka Pao. Then we got Suniya Mania Manikita Pao. Again, Suniya, Fir Mania, then you apply. So you listen to what the Guru's saying. So if the Guru's saying Ek Onkar, there's one. Start seeing everyone as one immediately. You got no excuse. The Guru said it. No, matha on teki jo, 10 bari take lo. What's the point? If you go to the Gurdwara, matha take. The first thing Guru Nanak is saying to you every day, since you've been born, every single time you've heard the Mool Mantra or you've heard anything in Gurbani, any Akhand Path you've ever been to, guess what? Guru Nanak Dev Ji's been saying to you. Not just Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Guru Angad Dev Ji, Guru Amar Das Ji, Guru Ram Das Ji, Guru Arjun Dev Ji, Guru Har Gobind Ji, Guru Har Rai Ji, Guru Har Krishan Ji, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, and Guru Gobind Singh Ji. And now, in the Guru Granth Sahib Ji, every time, what are they saying to you? Starting with Ek Onkar.
Every
time.
time.
Matha tek reha mere arga banda sadai mere arga sadai kisi nu ki kehna mere arga sadai main matha tek reha. If I'm now, because listen, I'm not saying this to you, I'm talking to myself here now.
Yeah.
If I'm now starting to see two in someone, I'm starting to feel negative towards someone, am I in the state of one?
Definitely not.
Am I listening to my Guru, or am I now saying, oh Guru Nanak Dev Ji, thank you very much, but if you don't mind, I'm just going to do my own thing, but you lot carry on here. Yeah, is that what I'm doing?
Exactly.
I can practice as much devotion as I want outwardly. Main gaane likhi jawa, banai jawa, go in the videos, I do this, I'm talking in podcasts, yeah? I'm going to the Gurdwara, I'm displaying immense, immaculate religious practice and devotion, but je menu ek nahi das raha, menu do hi disi jande. Is that, what was that? What's that mean?
It's so true.
I'm so the biggest. I'm my Guru's telling me this. I'm saying okay, and I'm practicing in the other room, not in the room, in the same room. The total opposite. Now that's the disrespect.
Nava khanda ves jani hai. Na challe sabko changa na rakhaye ke jas ki chagle. Je this nadar na aave ta baat na puche ke.
Yes.
So I remember we discussed the superhero being so worldly, looked at as an amazing person. Do you know what I mean? But Andro Vatani, he's not contemplating on Paramatma throughout any of these actions.
Yeah.
I know.
That one's like about when we talked about lives. You know, when you've got countless janams.
All right, okay.
Yeah, but you're right. The main thing here.
Is that the same Shabad that I'm talking on now?
Yeah, it's Japji Sahib, isn't it?
Yeah, Japji. No, but what I'm saying is, when we did a vichar on it last time, it was a description of a person being like to the worldly exterior.
You know what you're doing now, Jedli?
Yeah.
You're taking me from one Shabbat right to another one. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But it's not the one we're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. Cool.
It's relating to, that one is Je Jugchare Arja, Hor the Suni, right? We talked about. Shall we just go into it?
Yeah.
You want to talk about that one?
Yeah, go on. Why not?
Right, this is where now, Jelly's now Jeli nu prem hai nu hosh shabad chete aa gaya Gurbani cho.
That's beautiful.
And we've studied this as guys. I sat there. Say studied. Don't make it sound like so. We've sat there, not studied.
Yeah, study can
there.
be painful. We haven't done it in pain. We've done it in pure bow.
We've sat there and been with the Guru, in company of the Guru, absolutely having a relaxing evening. That's what we've done. Not studied it. Sorry, my bad.
Don't ever say that beautiful.
Don't ever say study. We don't study.
You're in Chardi Kala. You're in the most beautiful spirit.
Zone of love. Yeah. So, Je Jug Chare Arja, Hor Dasuni Hoy, Nava Khandawe Jani, and Nal Chale Sab Koy.
Yeah.
Now, this is about.
I described it wrong.
Don't worry what you described. That's fine.
Yeah.
Listen, te to galti ho, me to jo.
Yeah.
Make them on screen. Sare samne badhiya.
Yeah.
Galti insan they say galtiyan da putla. That's what we do. We make mistakes.
But your intention was beyond.
But you ain't really made a mistake, by the way. Yeah. You just said a different shop. Totally took me somewhere else.
My apologies.
And it's it's good.
Come. It's taken. Conversation might need to lead down this line.
Right. I'm gonna forget this track anyway. Look, track's out. We're not here to promote.
We could touch back on it, but
we're not here to just promote music.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean.
Look,
Sorry, we don't just do that. Track's out. We'll come back onto that.
What I was trying to get at is when you was describing, like I'm a lighted person and everything else. What I was trying to get out is there's a Shabad in the Japji side that describes that superhero.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. That's
all right, okay, my bad.
What we're saying is.
Yeah.
So Jejuk Chale Arja, that's that Shabad you said.
Okay, that's fine.
Tamvatana Pucheka is the end of it.
Right, okay.
But what this was a part of, Guru Nanak Dev Ji is explaining here, if there's a person, one of the biggest desires we have is Jejuk Chale Arja, Hor Dasuni is to live. People say that. That's not actually a. What's the word when we say it? When you wish it on someone? Not compliment.
When they say that.
Yeah, like a dua. What do you call that in English? Dua like you say a word. A good
like
word.
A blessing.
Blessing, that's the word. So, you know they say, you've heard this, Jatari lambi umar hove. People say that. That's not a blessing. Lambi umar teri hogi, gode tere honni chal rahe. Right? You think what it's going to be like when you're 175? Yeah, we give someone a blessing. I hope you live till you're 175, 250. What state is that bloke going to be after the age of 95? What kind of life is it? So think all this freaking stupid thinking. This is what really annoys me. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna get angry. No. I'm gonna get angry now. I'm not gonna say any blooper F words or bad words.
Yes.
But this annoys me that our Guru's given us the most beautiful knowledge. And Sansar is going total opposite. Jatari lambi over hoye, tenu lambi amra rab bakshe. Oh my God, Je jug chare arja hor dasuni hoye. Maharaj is saying, if you get the lives, this is Maskeen Ji's reference.
Yeah.
They said one of the desires of man is to live long, right? As you go by that.
Yeah.
Maharaj said, let's make a character, multiply it. Yeah. He's living 4 jugs, which you could say is 400 years. Give this character 400 years, Je Jug Chare Arja. Then Hor Dasuni Hoy, times it by 10. So he's now going to be alive
4,000 years.
4,000 years. Good now that you're saying, yeah? Okay, let's give this character that. That's his desire is to live. So you've now been given 4,000 years. Je Jug Chare Arja, Hor Dasuni Hoy. Then the next desire, you want to be known. And look, we're doing this podcast, we want to get out there. We want to be known. It's a human desire, you want to be known more. It just is there.
Yeah.
Je Jug Chare Arja Hor Dasuni Hoy Nava Khanda Vich Janiye Nal Chale Sab Koy. In the 9 continents, may you be known, because it's one of your desires. Chal Abi Lela Gunnath, if you're saying we give this character this as well. Not only that, Nal Chale Sab Koy. You're not only known by everyone, they will follow you around. Imagine getting a flight from here and the whole world is following you around. The whole world. If you go from here to.
Got really stupid.
Yeah. So Nava Khanda Vich Janiye Nal Chale Sab Koy. Yeah.
Changa Naurakaike.
On top of that, they're only going to be saying good about you.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So look at these people. This is what the gift is. What's been given. Are you still with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Changa Naurakaike. Not only that, Jaskirat Jagle. They'll also be singing your praises. So now you're a human. You've been given 4,000 years to live. Everyone knows you. You know, we talk about followings and all this. Like, I've got 19,000 now. Forget that. Every single person's following me now in the world. Yeah. And then wherever I go, they follow you, if it's me or you. And not only that, they are singing your praises, doing your kirtan. They're making songs about you. Like you do at football matches, you make songs about them, don't you?
Yeah.
Look at songs, people go on there, carry on, tell me the rest of the shab, do you remember it? Like catching up, waking up. Now I can have a Johnny, and I'll tell you why I asked you, because I forgot. Now I can have a Johnny, and now chale sab koe. Changa na ude Jaski de jagle. Jade is another So they're saying, so that same character, remember, once again, recap.
Yeah.
He's got 4,000 years of life, this character, Guru Nanak Dev Ji is explaining to us about. Because that's one of his desires, is to live long. Okay, 4,000 years, live it. Yeah? Then your next one is you want people to know you. Okay, you have the whole world knows you. Next one is they don't just know you, they follow you. Next one is they sing your praises. Yeah. And then at the end, Maharaj says, so look at this super character that's been built. Jetis another navi tavatana pucheke kita andar kitkar dosi dostare. They're saying, the Guru Maharaj said here that basically if if you don't come in the vision of that master, because you're busy in all your big time stuff that you're doing, your long life, you've got everything you wanted. So if you don't come in the nadar, in the kirpa, in the vision of that universal master, just imagine he never thinks about you. He doesn't even think about you once. Like as in you don't come in his good books. You don't come in his good books sort of thing. And they say then even the ants, who are the lowest form, you could say bacteria, what's going to happen? Put yourself in this concept, not what's going to happen, it's a mindset. Even the ants would look at you and be saying, what a loser, to that character. Look how big that character is that's been built up, and the ant is looking at it saying, oh my god, Jait is another navi tavatana pucheke kita andar kitka dosi dose. Obi tanu dosh taruge. They're gonna be looking at you saying, Giza, you are such a loser. You've got all that in an instant. In an instant, it's come down into a puff of smoke. Everything. Sari gal Paramatma de hondi hai. Odi nadar chona. So this is what the Shabad was, which you come
every time we go through a Shabad there, how mesmerizing is it?
Yeah, but what it is, look guys, we're gonna go from one Shabad to another. It's beautiful that we can do this. And but we do have to stay back onto our main
so concept. I want to go,
but it comes to love again, but that is it's a different concept, if you like, isn't it? But good, you do want to tere ch for nahi ai, rab ne te to gal karati, sare ne gal sun li, main bolti, mere vichon ne gal le aati.
100%.
We just go with the flow.
I'm going to go into the second verse. I'm not really one that could read it out loud in Punjabi. Bandina taino nayo bandi.
Gal taa sari pyar diye jindagi, o din char diye gal taa sari pyar diye ho. Gal taa sari pyar diya. First thing, my brothers and sisters, sari gal pyar diya. Please put that first, paramount. Yeah, like we said, ek Guru ne ek kehta pyar di gal hai. Everyone is one. Look how much love is in there. Stick to that. Please don't go out of it. If you ever get angry at another person, Jelly, you're starting a new job tomorrow, ain't you?
Yeah.
You go to work tomorrow, Jelly, got a new job, guys.
Yeah, man.
See me, man.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, man.
We need, like when you press the button now on a plane, it goes, hey. We need one of
those. Play that. Yeah. So
I need a football crowd, man.
If anyone bees horrible to you, anyone bees horrible to you tomorrow at work in your new place, don't get angry. Don't start to be nasty to them. Not that Jelly would. Jelly's a nice guy. We know that. A few people have said to me, that Jelly character, he's funny. And then Maninda.
I've had loads that say
Maninda's a serious guy. Look, he's here to connect to the people who are in backgrounds which are totally non-Sikhi. He's that guy. When I say non-Sikhi, I mean as in
Punjabi.
They're not your. Is it orthodox? You say orthodox, isn't it? They're not your orthodox Sikhs. As you would see in the full devotional
modern
outfit.
Punjabi.
Yeah, but they're Sikhs.
Yeah, they're
great Sikhs.
Yeah.
They're amazing. I feel like Trump. I'm speaking like Trump now. They're great Sikhs. Amazing Sikhs. I love Sikhs. But what it is that's true. And there's so much love in normal people who ain't religious.
Yeah, definitely.
You gotta understand this. You gotta say religion. Take it off for a second. Let's put it here. Yeah, religion is religion. Dharam, mazhab. Our gurus have said this. I'm not making this up. So if someone says, how can you say that about our religion? Bro, you ain't listening to Gurbani. Maharaj has said to us so many times, Mazhab is not what Sikhi is about. Mazhab di niyat gal hegi. Religion di gal hegi. Sikhi didn't start just so we have a religion and we become just like in 300-400 years, we just have all the same problems that the others are having. You can see we're getting them already now, right? This is a beautiful way of thinking. That's what Sikhi is.
Yes.
Anyone can think like this. Again, however, if you can follow the prescribed optimum route, then grow your hair. If you want to experience this to the top level,
yes,
then you're gonna have to give up your head. When I say head, as in your ego, your vanity, and then grow your beard.
Well, we're going to go into that, the Ban Jordan, in your next paragraph. Going on to the second verse, Khakh, of the song, because you touched on it a little bit as well, of the
first verse.
No, you got your chorus, sorry, and then you go into. Do you want to sing it from Bandir?
Hey, do you want to sing it? You're like I'm a tape.
Yeah, I'm pressing the button now.
Okay, look. So the first thing, Gal Taa sari pyar diya,
yeah.
Jindagi din char diya. It's all about love. You've only got 4 days here. 4 days meaning you got your childhood, you got your teenage, adolescence, you got your middle age, and you got your old age. Char din. Yeah, it's like an analogy. So
I like that.
Just made sense. Easy rhyme. Gal Taa sari pyar. So Gal Taa sari pyar diye jindagi o din char diye Gal Taa sari pyar diye ho. And then the next first verse was Bande di bande naal taiyo nahi bandi panj choran di gal andro hai chaldi. So it's all about love, but you know why people don't get on with each other? Because their 5 thieves are overly activated. Their kaam krodh lo moh ahankar
in English.
In English, so their lust, their ego, their anger, their attachment. I missed one, and their greed. So those are overly running. If you look at you told me a concept once of a graphic equalizer.
Yes.
They're really at the top. Your anger, always angry, and it's not even about always being angry. It's about knowing how to bring your anger down. Even if you do get angry, how do you quickly get down back to a normal level?
Yeah, look.
You know, everyone gets angry.
We talk about the 5 things, and that's I'll do this, and they'll go up, down, up, down. You're trying to keep them balanced. But everything you do, if you do it with balance, is a lot easier. Once the ego rises, the anger rises, whatever it might be, it causes problems. And I suppose that's where the line is.
I feel like
within the song.
Just to highlight as well, just the Banjor concept. There's actually a film out there, Inside Out, and it gives a bit of an indication how the Banjor can sort of.
I've been told about this film.
Yeah, it's a good film. It's an indication of like 5 vices.
For the people who don't know what cartoon is.
Cartoon.
It's a cartoon, isn't it? Cartoon is a.
That's
animation.
a cartoon.
I'll tell you what, they were talking about it. Roy Keane and Ian Wright and stuff, and they were mesmerised by this film. I haven't actually watched.
Yeah, Inside Out. It's a
new
great film.
No, yeah, they brought
the second one. The first one was good.
Second one was at cinema. I think about 4 or 5 weeks ago.
Yeah, there's one thing. Look, when we're talking about the Panj Chor, do you know why they're chor? Why they're chor?
Take you away from Paramatma.
They're stealing your life.
Yes.
They're stealing chor. They're taking your time. You know, while we're alive, we're getting angry, we're getting greedy, we're getting lustful, we're getting attached. Yeah? What's the other one?
Attached.
Angry.
Greed, anger.
Ego. We're getting egocentric.
Yeah.
Yeah? Now, you can't shut these things off. You're never ever going to be without an ego.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, a lot of people say, "Oh, that's ego."
Yeah,
that's ego.
I remember when I come into Sikhi, someone said to me, "You can't have the Banj Jord," and then I said, "Okay." As I got into Sikhi a bit more, I guess let's just flip this a little bit. If I got no greed, someone just opens my front door, says, "This is my house." If I didn't have greed, I'm not going to take it back. I'm going to say, "All right, it's your house." But do I need an element of greed that it's mine at that point?
Yeah, there's functions for them.
Functions. So you have to have the 5. Anger, if someone kicks me in the head, it keeps kicking me. At some point, I've got to have a bit of anger in me to get up and do something.
Anger is an interesting one because in anger, for a Khalsa, the thing we've been taught is you have Ros and you have Biras. They're different, slightly different to that.
But the adaptation from
that
it.
you're in control of those. Of those.
But as long as your anger doesn't go up here and it's
anger is something different. But when we use it, it's something different. So when we utilize these on the opposite, greed, we could in Punjabi you can change that word to Lord. Yeah, so you can justify if it's a need. So needs and wants, it trickles off into other areas. This cascades off. every chore can ticker off into a whole different discussion. We're gonna end up going so far into different tangents like this. So that's why I'm not gonna go into that.
No, go on, carry on with the song.
But the key thing here was what we're saying is bande di bande naal taiyoo nahi banadi panj choran di gal andaron hai chaldi jind hankari nahi sikhiyan nu manadi taiyoo ta doojiyan di mehnat utte saddi ਲਾਲਚ ਜੜੀ ਉਜਾੜਦੀ ਏ ਈਗੋ ਬੰਦਾ ਮਾਰਦੀ ਏ ਆਖਿਰ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਹਾਰਦੀ ਏ ਹੋ ਗੱਲ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਰੀ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੀ ਏ ਜਿੰਦੜੀ ਉਹ ਦਿਨ ਚਾਰਦੀ ਏ ਗੱਲ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਰੀ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੀ ਏ ਹੋ so the key part here is ਬੰਦੇ ਦੀ ਬੰਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤਾਈਓ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਬਣਦੀ ਪੰਜ ਚੋਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਉਹਦੇ ਅੰਦਰੋਂ ਆ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਅੰਦਰੋਂ ਪੰਜ ਚੋਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਈਓ ਲੜੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ. And we showed the picture of in Gurdwara, the fighting, the arguing, the committees all over the world, they're kicking off. Due tiye then koi na koi nawa panga. Kisi ne aa karta, kisi ne aa karta. Bande di bande na tayo nahi bandi, panch choran di gal andro aa chaldi. Ye gal ya. Tu sade andro panch choran di challi jandi hai, sab mere andar bhi chaldi hai, idda nahi kende. But what we're saying is, Guru di gal sunni paini hai. We're going to have to, again, go back just to the first word, ik. See, everyone has won, thodi ladai muk gayi. You got no fights left.
You know what? When you break the fights down, how many are there out their house? And you get silly every fight because it's a battle, like you said, of ego. Now, I want to go when we go into the next verse. Now, something that the viewers might have picked up, but something obviously I've been part of these projects that you've done, going all the way to Loki Darde, Rabbave,
Allahu Ram.
and now going on to Gal Taa. There's something that's been quite special in you right now. I'll give you a little big up here, as my brother. You've done a crossover in every song. So what I mean by crossover, you've talked about one thing, but you've talked about the other element of it, and that's where we're going into the soldier element from the Sun State now. What made you? What come out to do that?
I ain't done nothing. I want to take the compliment, but the truth is, honestly, I'm not in control when I'm writing this stuff.
Are you conscious? Are you conscious of the split?
I swear I'm not conscious of it. When I'm writing this, like, if you look at it, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it's not written like a normal writer will write, and we're releasing it because I can't filter this. It creates discussion. That's all it's about. So that's it. So no point taking the praise for it because
first line is a question ultimately, isn't it?
Yeah.
You start with.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So we're going to second verse now. So
what's he saying exactly?
Ponder the question. Put the question out first.
Santo Sipahi das kyo banda banunga. Yeah.
So in English, what does?
So if you're in the state of a sant,
what's going to make you come out?
What would make you leave that?
I'll give you another example here. If you look at a saint, let's say an external saint who we're saying he is a saint, that person's a saint. So not a state of mind. Now we're going to. Some people believe only humans are full on saints. Okay, let's accept that. Now, what would make him from the saint state, from, again, it comes down to state of mind, because it is state of mind, I believe, but what would make him turn from a saint to a soldier? Because that's a big change.
So from a meditative state, almost sitting there and rising.
Yeah. What's making him do that? That character, you want to call it a saint to a soldier, or the mindset? I would like to rather address it as a mindset change. When you're in an absolute state of love, why are you going to go into that? And this shows you the deep intellect of the human mind, and this shows you also an insight into how deep our gurus write and think. It's next level. It is, and honestly, like, I can only say these words because if there's someone out there who doesn't understand what level the gurus have spoken to us about and how much depth there is, how much intellect there is, that's where the miracle is. That's why there's a miracle of Sikhi. It's not because of all the other things you hear. The miracle's in front of us daily. But again, we go to the Gurdwara, utte khan path chalde hai, langar chalda hai, and it's really shocking, and it's very urgent that we start to explain to people the miracle of Gurbani. So the Guru's actually saying, like, when we look at Guru Arjan Dev Ji, what happened was they were all about love, but in the end, Guru Har Gobind, when they changed the Sant Sipahi from the Sant state, it went into the Sipahi state. They said we have to protect ourselves. The beauty of it is, what from the state of a saint, what would make you into a soldier? So Santo Sipahi das kyon banda banuga? Why would you want to do that? And the answer then is Neeme bande to pala kyon koi daruga? The reason why you become from a saint to a soldier is because you know what? No one fears a lovely, kind person who always talks about love. Gal Taa sari pyar diya, we're all about love. But unfortunately, the guys who are all really nice and really kind, their kindness is taken as their weakness. That's been the case with Sikhs historically. Our mission is Pala of the world. We want to help everyone. We never want to harm anything or anyone. That is what our mission is. Our Guru has told us. But unfortunately, we get taken for being weak people if we be kind. So for that reason, नीमे बंदे तो भला क्यों कोई डरूगा? Then हिक तान के सरदार ही करूगा. That's when we go into the Sipahi mode, that's when we're right. Now we're a different beast, but we still got the same
but we're still
love running.
But we're still teaching a lesson. We've had to teach it different because we can't be in that meditative state of, like you said, soft and nice.
Yeah.
Sometimes to deliver that same message that you tried to deliver with love, you're going to have to deliver in a different way because that person ain't going to listen or adjust to what we're doing or being a nice person.
They're going to take their piss out of you.
Yeah, basically. So you have to stand up and push that message in a different way.
Yeah, so हिक तान के सरदार ही खड़ूगा मोहनवालिया हंस हंस के मरूगा. At that stage, you'll happily die. You know, when you're in that state, फिर नहीं मौत दा कोई call for now, because if you're doing it for, you know, for your Sipahi side where you have to stand, because you're only going to do it as your last resort. You get me? It's your last resort. You go into that. It's not straight away. Sipahi khada ho gaya, yeah. So there's a process to turning into the warrior side. Is what we're saying. Yeah. So then. Then this bit was a bit of a crazy bit. There's a bit of a Matrix going on here, and Tekken and Street Fighter 2 come in my mind.
This reminds me a little bit of
Street Fighter 2. Do you remember Street Fighter 2?
Classic.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat. That's come into me here.
Yeah.
Ryu was good. Ken was good. Guile was the one. I loved Guile. Blanca was good. Dao Sim. You remind me of Dao Sim.
I'm not.
You remind me of a bit of it. He does.
Oh, the long arm.
But God, so that first line is Bella,
Balrog, Vega. I'm trying to remember all that. M. Bison.
Oh, M. Bison was good.
All the young kids are going to be watching.
What was that? E. Honda? With the arm?
Fat Boy.
Yeah.
Fat Boy Gina.
Yeah. Fast arm.
What was the green one called?
Fast arm.
What was the green one called?
Blanca.
Oh, Blanca.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. We're normal people as well. Don't forget.
Computer
games
are
part
of our...
Yeah. Remember that genie with the fast kicks?
Well, you're on it now.
Right. Okay, anyway, guys. This is when this comes into the song. So then it's first part again. Bella nakadevar deya. Yeah? We do not strike first. Ever. Never ever in our history we have been taught, and it's such a beautiful concept. We never ever strike first. We're never going to hit someone first. I'll be honest with you, I've done that in the past. Right? I hope I don't get arrested. I had some serious issues with the police where I definitely didn't know this knowledge, and people who know me,
were you a bit intoxicated at that point?
I was intoxicated back in the day, and I was struck first so many times. So many times.
I know we're laughing.
But now that's changed.
Yeah, I was going to say, looking back at it, how do you...
I don't think I could hit anyone. Honestly, I don't think I could hit anyone ever in my life now unless I had to defend myself.
Yeah.
I honestly can't. Although I did slap one guy recently, you know about it, in a car, but that was a joke. That was a test. I said to him, you want small, medium or large? He said medium.
So then you're obliged.
And then I said, I will do the test. That guy, I've mentioned this, you might say I'm a bully. I accept it. There might be outrage, there might be protests against me for this, but I slapped Rocky. Is Rocky here? Can you call him in? We'll just ask him. I didn't mean to do this. I weren't being horrible. I don't wish to be cancelled. I've just started off.
Well, let's welcome him on. I think it's...
Just get him on quickly.
I don't know where he is, but it is his debut. He'll make a little... I don't know.
I've come in.
Take a seat. So this is
Rocky.
This is Rocky. He's you want to just, you got a mic there if you just want to pull that close to you.
Talk about the slap issue thing, but
how did you
talk about it? You weren't serious, huh?
No.
He's my brother.
Did you enjoy it?
It was a joke.
It's like Kirpa. happens simple, innit?
Just quickly, you know, a lot of people have said to me, we've got a very small following, I feel. It's not many. Maybe a couple of thousand now. Let's not exaggerate it.
Yeah.
It's a couple of thousand now. We would have said 20,000
Yeah.
or 40,000, but truth is, it's a couple of thousand, I think.
I
Yeah.
think a couple of thousand.
No, I think we know the real stats. No, so tell us, we know the real stats behind YouTube, right?
But go on.
But
Carry on
what
with
it
where
is
we were.
A few people have said to me, "Where's Rocky? He's a mad guy. Where is he? He's funny, like, and he's not really come forward much.
Yeah.
But he's actually an artist.
I'm the behind the scenes guy.
I think what you have is in any team. Yeah, we go to a football
Can he
team
sing?
now or anything.
Can he sing?
In one moment, let me just put this point across
You
though.
don't get to sing.
It's good to have individuals doing different things. You can't be boring in life, yeah, and that. But
The alcoholic.
your cameos quite quick. We're gonna have you in and out but just to, now that you've come in and you come into the subject, and we always said you always had a desire to be here, drop in. You wanted to give your fans and listeners something. Do you want to give us?
You can't be boring in life.
No.
That's
So
the biggest
I'm
thing.
gonna. We're
You're boring
time.
everything.
I agree with you there,
I
Rocky.
haven't got a watch on, but I am timing. Yeah.
It's not been a minute yet.
Can you give the fans something? A bit of a song.
Introduction.
No, not an
song,
introduction.
no,
Just give us a nice song.
Okay. नी तू जान जान के नी तू जान जान के हो नी तू जान जान के नी तू जान जान के घुम्मिया दिमाग तेरे आया ख्याल मर जानिए तू जट करता बमार सहेलियां ना पींदी कॉफी तके बाड़ बाड़ पिछे पिछे घूमदे न हो गया ए साल नी तू जान जान के नी तू जान जान के हो नी तू जान जान के नी तू जान जान के
That's beautiful.
Oh my God.
Rocky,
मेरा थोड़ा गला बैठा ले
Rocky, we're gonna love you and leave you now. But if
Only 2
people,
minutes.
if people want to follow
Only
you,
2 minutes.
if people want to follow you on social media and Instagram,
Where can they find you?
what's your Instagram
Come back.
ad?
My Instagram is Rocky with 3 Y's at the end.
3 Y's.
3 Y's. So
Why is 3 Ys?
ROCKYYY
Yeah.
underscore.
Why 3 Ys?
It's a Y, that's why.
Oh, why?
Oh, okay.
That's why.
So
It's-
Rocky,
everything has a
Y,
meaning.
3 Y's
So
underscore.
start again. Rocky ROCKY 3
Oh,
Y's
wow.
underscore
Vicky, now who's gonna go and follow that
295.
now?
Okay. Thank you, Rocky. It's been
Appreciate
a
it.
pleasure, honour.
Him explaining
You
his
are definitely
Instagram
gonna see
handle
him.
went on for about 3 minutes.
But you are going to see more of him.
All right.
We really appreciate you coming on.
All right, bro.
Top
Okay,
man.
bro.
Yeah, definitely. So, I'm going to give you another member of the team. I think you've met HKG and
Sorry, Malal.
yeah, another youngster that joins us. I suppose. Just to give you an indication, Arjun's been with us again for a while. He's
Wait a second. You don't look the part. What's going on? Bringing all the money on here. What's going on, bro?
we're breaking the shackles. I'm going to go on. Don't worry,
need to sort him out.
I'm going to go on to Arjun yet. He's got time.
Got
time.
One
We're
day,
only messing about.
Money.
He's our representative
I'm only
of
joking.
the youth. We don't say to him. He actually said he wanted to become a sing a while ago. We said it's
I
not
remember.
just about becoming sings. प्यार चाहिदा तू काम कर सेवा करदा दिन रात साडे ਲਈ, right? He does all the work, as you guys know,
yeah.
in the background, and he's going to help us reach the young guys, and we want to bring them in. We want to tell them, look, we can have a laugh and talk about Sikhi. We can enjoy ourselves. It's not all, serious, and we don't want to be off-putting. We want you lot to come in.
Want to
We want to hang
embrace
around with us.
humanity. Ick.
And when you see
Embrace
funky sayings like Jel, you think, you know what, Sikhi is actually quite nice to be involved in.
100%.
Yeah, that's the thing. But we're going to come on to you in a second.
Yeah.
What
Kaka.
was you saying?
So I think we've gone through the main part of the song, and the ultimately we've covered the song. You did something very different on this track. You went and did a big speech at the end. That was hard hitting. I know I'm going to touch on something else. You talked about, you've listed other music. I know there's an inspiration from
Yeah, there's
a
loads of
different
inspiration.
style of music as well. R&B,
Yeah.
hip hop, a little bit of that as well. What made you do this?
Wait a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not saying you're a fan, a massive Avid fan, but obviously you take inspiration from different places.
Punjabi,
What
ये क्या गाने थोड़ी सुनी जा
Punjabi hai banda.
what made you
How?
do? What made you do the speech and go? And where did the speech just come, or did you have to sit there and
the
practice?
speech came, but I just realised I didn't finish off what I was saying about Street Fighter when we talked about all them characters. No, but we didn't explain what that was all about. Then, so going back to this, I'm going to come on to your question quickly. But the Street Fighter bit finished. So Hikatan ke Sardar hi khaduga Mohanwalia has has ke maruga pehla na kade vardeya ros jage. Now when you've hit me, bang, that's when I wake up. Blanca, whatever the
Yeah.
roast jage, then the roast jagras, once you strike us, anybody strikes us is our mentality. We never hit first, then bande khalar deyan. That's when Street Fighter came in. You get me? Bang, 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 psh, Hadouken and all that. You know what I mean?
If you're gonna strike,
what's it on? Sonic Boom.
Sonic Boom, yeah.
When they strike, we're gonna
the guys who watch Street
strike
Fighter.
back properly.
Yeah, so fair bande khalar deyan. You know when they used to fall everywhere in the games?
Yeah.
That's when we khalar the bande, right? And we literally, this doesn't have to be physically. We can take out in our mental battles 15 people.
Like your next
You'll
line.
have the
What was
power
the next line?
of Sikhi.
What was the next line?
You'll have the power of Sikhi to take out 15 bande in your mindset. In your mindset. So you could take on a court case against a massive person in your mindset. This is what we're talking about. This ain't all about just physical battering people and stuff.
And I think your next line
Yeah.
says that. What was it? Vernal.
Yeah, so roast jaake bande khalar deyan. Yeah, so khalaran di gal is multiple. It's not one banda is talking 15, 16, yeah? And then very nu andro paar deyan. It's just an expression like Punjabi they say.
But I always go back to
from within we then rip out the enemy, and it's happened in the history.
Look at Guru Gobind Singh Ji to Aurangzeb, the letter.
Yeah, but
The
that
Zafarnama, you
They
talk about
they
ripping
forgave
them
him.
inside.
yeah, you could look at that, but then in the context of the attacks on Darbar Sahib, which we shown in the video, the first one we put in there was Baba Banda Singh Bahadur Ji, when they avenged the death of the Char Sahibzade, and that was almost a first kind of element of that Sipahi seat, which you saw. And then there was the Masarangad when he took over Darbar Sahib, very nu fir andro paadya udo. We went in and they beheaded him because he was doing all the sacrilege in Darbar Sahib, right? So historically, we're saying, look, this happened historically. Very nu andro paadya as he. Our people, our mindset has, and then Baba Deep Singh Ji's one as well, where they had the battles to protect Darbar Sahib. They had to fight, and then obviously when Indira Gandhi was taken out after the invasion of '84, again they went in first, but for very nu andro, that is something that's in us, as in we have to stand up for what we've got. So this is why that mindset, it's about love. And another important thing here is so there's some people who just love the love side, but as soon as it comes on to, we're talking about '84, we're talking about these other things which are not so digestible for them. They just say they're wrong, it's rubbish, I don't like that part. You can't do that. That's why the track is Saint Soldier Gal Taa sari pyar diya. It all started from there, but it ends off on the very nu andro paar diya. What a place to start from. Gal Taa sari pyar diya, udro very nu andro paar diya. You're just ripping someone up. The whole point is because that's what our mindset is.
Yeah,
that's what the Saint Soldier mindset is.
That's the beauty of it.
So it's a very vast expression.
Yeah.
This song is, and this podcast, the song was really made for the podcast, so we can express this. So what it is the whole point of the political side as well, in the Saint Soldier side. That's what it all symbolizes, as you know. And so the political people in our religion, faith, whatever you want to call it, they are validated, they are right, they are justified and well within their
100%.
every right to ask for whatever they want. And it might not be my flavour that I like the orange colour, for example. I'll just give you an example. I might not like orange t-shirts with the khandanam, but I might like the blue one. So people have different choices, even within religion.
Yeah, of course.
I don't like this organisation, but I like this one. That's fine. That's what humans are. You have different choices and different things, and ultimately common interests end up merging together. So you'll find that the Hang Sengs are in one area, the Taksalis are in one, the AKJ. It's totally fine. And I want people to understand the Santa Sipahi concept. It is a very big issue, because that's what's dividing our communities. Either they're on this side, they're on this side. You have to accept everything. The protesters are right. The ones who don't protest are also right. It comes back to what you said earlier.
The Santa Sipahi is beautiful.
Balancing.
Yes.
We have to have balance. You have to be tolerating. You have to allow people to be whatever they want. We have to allow the youth, if they want to cut their hair, no problem. We can still talk to you about Sikhi. You can still be a top end Sikh all your life, even if you cut your hair. You know why? You can't just be black and white. However, if the other ones come and say we want to keep our case, there's got to be a different system.
Yes.
Fair Sikhi can live on for hundreds and hundreds of years, which it will anyway. It's going to live on regardless. Yeah, but that's what the track was about.
And just finally, the speech at the end. What inspired you to?
Speech at the end. Yeah, so that's just an outburst. I'm a mad guy, straight up. You know that. I like to be free. I like to be. Look, someone could come and knock me straight out in 2 minutes, and I'll be lying on the floor. Right? Let's not make out I'm freaking Terminator 5. Yeah. I like to feel I'm macho, but the truth is, someone can easily come in there and give me a slap as well.
Yeah.
Tell you what, it hasn't happened till today, but it probably is going to now because of that comment. So what it is we like to feel macho, and the end of it is just me going mad and totally
it's an
going mad.
expression, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's an
within our
expression of
creed,
what's
within
within
our
you.
creed, from day one, it's about one main singular deed. Gal Taa sari pyar diya. We love the entire universe to the core. That's who we are. So it's saying that, but then later on in the speech, it's saying, think twice before you come knocking on the door of a Babbar Sher Sardar looking for a fight. Pause, ponder, think at least twice before you come knocking on our door, and our door could be, not just your house door.
Yeah, or many analogies.
It could be anything, it's an
100%.
analogy. So, because if we tap into what's been coded into our DNA, we will defeat any enemy in our battles, which is what we've done historically. So, again, pause, ponder, think at least twice. It's just a expression, if you like.
But it's a
But
beautiful
coming from
expression.
a point where we want to evoke people to feel like this is who we are.
Proud
We're
of
love.
who we
We're all
are.
about love.
Proud
But
of who we are.
we're aggressive. But we can be aggressive. You know what I mean? So that's where it comes from. But then we've got this young man.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, fittingly, so people might be looking and thinking, oh, why is he sitting there now? So Arjun, like I said, he's been part of the organisation. He's related to Kaka. So he's always been in
My
his...
uncle.
Yeah, his chacha. But is it chacha?
He's my uncle, yeah.
But he's been in an environment that's been special. But I suppose one of the touching points that we always look at is the ethos of Dharam Seva. Preserve the past, inspire the future. And it's always one question we probably ask ourselves more now. Are we inspiring the youth? And we're doing different things. Kaka's album, one example. Podcasts now. And it's always interesting, where is Sikhi now? When you've got a young lad in Arjun, and I find it, I suppose we're just going to open up, where is Sikhi in schools at the moment? Where is in your, because we're a very different generation.
I mean, how old are you, Arjun?
17.
Yeah, so it's
We're
completely
20
different.
plus on the lad.
Yeah.
And it's always interesting because we've got a mission, and that mission's going to carry on within Dharam Seva. We all know that. We've all sat down plenty of times, but it's interesting to see. One, I'm going to ask twofold here. What was the impact of someone like Kaka when he released his first track? Did people listen to it of your age group? Two, what is the general understanding within the youth?
For the first question, like when the track did come out, there were a lot of people listening to that because obviously it was the first one on the album that came out.
Did they understand it?
Sort of, not really.
Or did it, I suppose where I'm asking, did it evoke conversation, or where did it go?
Yeah, it did. Like with
I found
from
it
my
interesting.
experience with my friends.
Did they say I'm not really?
Yeah, that's what I
like
find.
there was
Because
there were
the
a lot
reason
of
I
people that
ask it
saw
because music's an inspiration. The beat, a beat is an inspiration. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know,
enjoy it. But what I'm trying to understand is from what you've done, where does it take kids?
Yeah,
Are
the
they
key
are
thing
they
is-
intrigued?
Key thing here, one point is the inspiration that we're trying to do, where we say preserve the past, inspire the future, is not us. We can't inspire nothing. Yeah, like as in us individuals.
Yeah, 100%.
Inspiration is the teachings of the Guru. That's
correct.
what we want you like to connect to. So the inspiring part is only going to come. So we're making all this stuff, making all these songs, these beats, HKG's making all this. We're doing it just somewhere you might resonate. Somewhere you might resonate.
But-
I think with that, when we've done it, all of your school friends and all that,
Yeah.
they kind of got involved with us, didn't they? A lot of them.
Yeah.
Quite a lot of lads. There's about 20 of them.
Yeah.
You see in the
No,
video.
that's why I'm asking the question.
Yeah.
What has the impact been there?
No, I think the story with Loki Dar, like some people wouldn't have even heard the story of Baba Ajit Singh even going into battle. So that song alone has obviously taught a lot of people like something small that you wouldn't really get because in school you don't really get taught about those things.
Sikh studies
Really,
is not there, is
all
it?
All they tell you is really about the 5Ks. I mean, didn't really do RE, but that's majority of what it is, just the 5Ks, and it stops there.
doesn't really go into the past, and you don't learn the things that you'd learn from listening to.
You don't get Itihad's history there, do you? In that
no.
sense.
You don't get any of that really. But listening to a song, obviously, it teaches you something new that some people wouldn't have heard before. Because a lot of children, especially if you've got cut hair, they don't really feel like they can go into the Gurdwara, from my experience, and maybe learn in that way. But music is like something everyone listens to. So
they don't feel comfortable going into the Gurdwara to learn.
I don't think so. Well, myself, I don't think.
I think that's down to, it's not inviting enough for like a young guy. Because on one side, young people are going to pubs, clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a big contrast of where they're going and what the environment is in Gurdwara. But saying that, there are quite a few guys who I know in different parts of the country where it does work.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
I think there's some Gurdwara doing amazing things.
Some Gurdwara are doing really, really good.
Yeah.
Some are not doing not so good in the sense of what their target is. There's a lot of amazing Sevadas. We don't want to
never tarnish that. But
look, Crossroads, we know about this.
Phenomenal.
Guru Manya Granted, Slough,
GMP, Gurdwara,
GMP,
Coventry.
We have to say all of them now.
No, but they're big ones that inspired me in that sense. That's why.
But the ones who are really running a lot of activities, that in them towns is doing good. But I think the issue is, for example, in our hometown, Gurdwara, Leamington, things are a lot better.
Yes, they're picking up from where they are.
A lot of it's all just used to be political between groups, but the main thing what we're saying is if you got an inviting experience. Now you telling me this ain't a Gurdwara right now where we're sitting, because we're sitting on a sofa and we're sitting somewhere here. For me, this is a Gurdwara. Guru di gal hoyi hai. This is a Gurdwara. Look how you're sitting, young kid, cool on a sofa. This environment's different. The objective is learning, sikhna. Right?
Yes.
So it's all good.
I suppose touching on that, where is Sikhi at the moment in your view? Because I just find it intriguing of a young lad.
Yeah.
We've got a preordained sort of over time or what we think.
In schools, I'd say it's sort of non-existent. Like, you don't really get taught about it much, really, at all. If anything, you don't get taught about it.
Say you got a Sikh kid in a school.
Yeah.
It's quite rare, I guess, now. There's not many, like,
Got their kids.
Nah, there are quite a few still.
Okay, what's interesting, one thing I find interesting is the respect between the kids who haven't got their hair, and you told me this, you like always did this, where you kind of looked out to protect the same, so he's never on his own, because you feel he's your own. These are mad
proud
emotions and feelings. The fact that these kids out there, even if they've got cut hair, they want to. So what our objective with this is, even by bringing Arjun on here, is we want the kids who have got cut hair, we just want to be there for them. We just want to be there, that, this Gurdwara door might be closed, but we're here, we need you lot.
You're one of us.
At the end of the day, Jerry Ford, Guru one, they didn't all have case.
No.
Yeah, they didn't all have case.
Massive mixture.
100%. You look at it, it was at that time, those things came afterwards. These things are, like we always say, however, this is like the next level. If you let it ready to come to the optimum levels, you want to enter the optimum levels, fantastic. We're here for you. We're ready for you. We've had a few new calls, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've been getting calls, by the way, of guys who are keeping their kids. We've had one kid from Leamington.
Inspiring.
He's about 7.
Oh, you know when he come into that, we were doing a class, just so people were Japji memorized it. I tell you what, he's a lovely kid. And the day he walked in and he said, "Uncle," I can't remember what he's calling us, might have even been Bob, we get that. But he come in and said, "I'm keeping my hair," and he started tying. I was just, you're wowed. It is wowed.
And the message here is this: this young kid's kept his case, and I know his parents really well, and they're like, he's not got his dad's not got his case, for example. But the point is people will say, if you're going to do it, what if he cuts it? What if this happens? He's a child. He's 8 years old. He's going to go through experience from now until, let's say he, touch wood, he never cuts it. We want that. That's what we want. But I'm saying, let's just say, if the child does it out of inspiration, and then by the age of 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, whatever, he cuts it. I'm saying, be grateful for he's had them years, so important years of his life with gears, because you know what? He'll come back, maybe. Even if he doesn't come back, he's still lived in them many years as that. And it's a beautiful thing. It shouldn't be that, it's just, that's the measurement of everything. Just any experience with Sikhi is important in anyone's life.
Have you ever kept your hair, or has it always been?
Nah, I've always had it cut.
Yeah.
Always had my hair cut.
Cool.
Yeah.
I was the same.
Yeah, I was. I think I was 25 when I kept my case. you know, I'm not going to sit here and make up many Saint 14, 15 years old. You've wanted that Punjabi sort of way of drinking and doing
it's like
this.
a lid in it on your old life when you some people say it's like assassinating your old character.
You look back and you don't regret anything, but you almost laugh and say, oh bloody hell, I did
I see
that,
so
all
many
that
brothers
stuff.
out there who are drinking a lot and they can't stop and they're some are alcoholics, some ain't, but they all ain't happy. They do, if they could stop like this and there was a button there, I reckon they would all press it.
Correct.
If they could stop now, you're going to save your money, you're going to save your mind, you save your relationships, everything. Your life is just next level when you stop drinking, from a drinking perspective. Anyone who knows, I know a lot of you know, good guys. I know like artists like Juggy D. Speaking to him a few weeks ago, and he went through you know hard times and stuff in his life, as everyone does. They make mistakes, everyone does. He stopped drinking, and as soon as he stopped, he's just a different place.
Yeah.
Like chums.
Yeah,
the
we've
people
had some amazing
And
examples.
what it is, when you press that button, if you had a button there, so many would press it. But the thing is, there's no button, so you have to work to quit booze.
And I think this is the bridge. Like we got Arjun as an example sitting here now. I think there was always, you know, I spoke earlier in the show to you guys and said, look, I couldn't speak Punjabi. Where was my bridge? Now, I was fortunate that something evoked in me, and then I had brothers, Johal, Kaka around me. They were that bridge for me. You know, I'll say to anyone, you know, viewers, people who have got questions, reach out, because we're all on this journey in different stages. We're on the same journey. We all want to inspire each other, and it's just an example that we're not saying to Arjun, we were laughing at the beginning when he come on, oh, you got to keep your gears, when we were laughing, it was a joke. It's not about that. It's about educating him and giving him the tools in life that we've been given by our gurus, and you know, through us projecting that word of our gurus out. Balancing.
It's all about Mr. Balancing.
Yeah, man.
Kabaddi
100%.
champion.
Feel like
2024.
Yeah.
You know, it's just quick on this. It's so important. That's what this is all about. This has obviously gone on long. I don't know how long this has gone on now. But the key thing is, like, you're gonna be helping more with this sort of stuff, with this delivery to the youth. Bring us more guys. You know, like younger people who want to come on here and talk about Sikhi. Ask questions to these guys. Ask them. We want to share what we've learned. We have to share it. It's no good in our minds, whatever we've learned, and we have to pass it on. How are you going to pass it on? Through bringing you guys closer and explaining it. Having time to talk about. So this podcast is giving time to people to learn about Sikhi. You're not getting this in the Gurdwara. What is that?
No.
That's one thing I'm saying. Look, why is there not a podcast of in your local Gurdwara going on? Like, why aren't they doing the same thing everywhere?
Why aren't they moving with the times, yeah?
I'm just saying, like, there don't seem to be no urgency. These guys are different generations now. Then there's going to be generations below them. Let's bring them all in and connect
So
them.
I identify what Arjun mentioned earlier. So it's amazing to see, like, you've got a protection. Like, see, if you saw the Sarup with somebody with a Jura in the school or whatever, you've almost, like what you said earlier, you feel like you want to protect that guy and just almost, you know, gel with them because you've got that identity with them. And that's without you even having case as a young age or even having a relationship with it, but you've still got a love aspect to sort of protect that Sarup regardless. So that's come from like the teachings and the backstories that you're surrounded around as well. And it's just great to see somebody who's not ever had it but still got so much PR to actually identify and help the next person.
And there's
as well.
millions of these.
Yeah, millions.
And
of
they're
course.
not, and all out for my people who trim
Yeah,
their hair, cut hair, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, you're not represented in the Sikh world, and I hope we can represent you, because we just have to
And I
think
rate
different.
that's wicked.
It's not all about become like us.
Yeah,
You're bad, we're good. It's not about that. It's about you guys need representation, and there's a lot of love.
And I think it's got to be reciprocated. You just said something.
There's not
you
another...
show saying love towards that kid who's got his gifts. That's got to be reciprocated by people like us. That, you know what,
And the other beautiful thing is,
I'll
tell you one beautiful thing. You know the guys who have got trimmed hair, and they got the, you know, the pag di gal hundi hai, sardari di gal hundi hai, they sing it on the streets. They might get drunk. Put sardaran de kinni wari, I've just done that one song. Put sardaran de jind janwar de ne mazluma di rakhi hak ke de ni mar de. That song's also another one coming. But I'm saying, look how much they go out and celebrate Sardari. Now flip it to the other side. How much do the ones who they are singing about, the Sardars.
Yeah,
much
they've actually got a
do
negative
we bring them in?
connotation. And how mad is that?
Everywhere, automatic negative connotation. That narrative has to change
Correct.
to preserve Sikhi, because you know what? It's not even about them. It's not even about you becoming a Singh. You having that love for Sikhi, when you have children tomorrow, you know what? It's not even about your child. It's your child's child. That mindset stays alive of love towards Sikhi. Sikhi cannot ever die until the mindset dies in the last person, where he says, "This don't matter to me." So what these guys are, it's not about your gears. It's about having love for Sikhi in your heart. That's what's going to keep Sikhi alive. Does that make sense? Not gears, because he might keep his gears. If his kids don't, that's it. That's finished there. But if he's got, and he's only going to demonstrate love to his children.
Look, you give pyar as
Pyar
Gursix.
pyar.
We give pyar to Arjun. He's gonna reciprocate pyar
You know,
back.
you know another analogy on this.
Yeah.
To end on this analogy, you know what's the race called when they hand the baton on? Relay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you know the relay race, the relay, you know the pole, the baton, the relay for Sikhi to be alive hundreds of years from now is pyar. Gal Taa Sari pyar. If you've got love in your heart for Sikhi, I know someone who started working with us a few weeks back after ages of not seeing him, and the amount of love he's got in his heart for Sikhi. As somebody, I want you to, you know, he's in the background, he's a Gupt Sevadar with us, helps us, and he does so much Seva, bachara, and you know what, he's got cut hair, and what he's done for Sikhi and for us to be able to propagate the work he's put in
massive.
is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. And guess what? He cuts his hair, and he's got so much. And he does Japji Sahib part. He does the Panch. He listens to Panch Baniya. He listens to Zaira Sahib part. He listens to Kirtan Suhela, and he does Ardas every day. I'm telling you now, my brother, I forget to do my parts, and that's what. This is a guy with trimmed hair. So we need to understand, and we need to bring this narrative out that all bande ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਰਦਾਰਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਸਾਡੇ ਭਰਾ, we can't leave them behind. And this previous generations, I feel there's been a bit of work which has been done.
But I think it's changing. Look, I've been on holiday and stuff, and you know, Monne run over to you and say, "Sangha, brother, how are you?"
Have you noticed I didn't use the word monne?
I know, I just used it there, but it is what it is.
Monne.
But that pyar is a different level, and like I said, for all the Sengs listening, all those with their gears, reciprocate the love. Gal Taa Sari pyar diya. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.